Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am here with the penultimate installment of my botanical notes pressed file folder classification folder journal. It is almost done. I have been doing a lot off camera. I apologize, it's just been that kind of week. However, I have one more thing that I wanted to do, and I thought I would turn on the camera and do it, you know. So what I've done so far is this is a full sheet of label sticker paper, and I have printed out, it's got some mush on it, I've printed out a ledger sheet from TaylorMade Journals. She has a pack of printable ledger papers, so that's my basic background. And what I want to do is I watched a video today, wonderful video by, I think it's Camellia Crafts, and I think it's Julie maybe at Camellia Crafts. If I have that wrong, I apologize. I will link it in the description box below. And she did a set of sticker papers that she said was inspired by Margareth at Seven Plaza. I have also seen, I think Jessica Rapp was the first one I saw do something similar to this. With the Signet stamps. So I have my Signet stamp collection here ready to go. And I have all different sizes. Can you see them? They're kind of at the top of your screen. Okay, and I also grabbed all of my different kinds of botanical type stamps, and I love these. And I realized I really don't have much in the way of mushrooms. This is all I could find in my stash for mushrooms. And I think these are ancient from when I first started paper crafting, and I didn't know you weren't supposed to buy from AliExpress. So that's what a bunch of these are. So I apologize, but it was before I understood. So these are all the mushrooms I have. I'm gonna have to get myself some mushroom stamps. Now, I know Tim Holtz has a set of mushroom stamps, but if you have a set of mushroom stamps that you love, that you think are better, I'll whisper it, that you think are better than Tim Holtz. Let me know, because I'm open to ideas. Okay, so what I want to do is, so I do it differently. I do it the Jessica Rapp way, where you just make like a stamp collage of all the things you want, and then after you have everything down on the paper, then you kind of go down and you capture things in your label stamps. It's a little bit more free. I don't worry about things being half in, half off. I don't worry about things like crossing over the border, although that looked really cool when she masked things out, but that's a little too fiddly for my taste. So I think I'm going to use, what I've been using for ink is this VersaFine Clair. It's a pigment ink, and since this is a little bit slippery, I thought it might work best on this surface. It's also super juicy. I have my whole collection of different, you know, what are these called? Acrylic blocks for stamping. Grab those out. And let me just organize them off camera a little bit. So we have different sizes, and let's get going. Let's just jump right in. I think I want to start with some of these skeleton leaves. I do have a skeleton leaf in my journal, which I will show you. The next video will be a flip through. So I really want to make sure I get a skeleton leaf on here. That's not big enough. See, good thing I chose to do different. I think I'm going to start right down the center with this skeleton leaf. This skeleton leaf is a Tim Holtz one. The green ones are a different company off Etsy, but these are the Pressed Foliage CMS 376. Right there. Lovely, lovely stamp set. If anybody has an in with Tim Holtz, I would love to see a similar set, only with all ferns. So you could call it pressed ferns or something. That would be cool. Okay. Oh, I should have foam underneath this. Ooh. Oh, That made me happy. All right, I do have some foam. Let's see. I'll put this like across the top there, and I have another piece. So this black stuff is just packaging that came in a package. And oh gosh, where's my wipes? I'm making it a mess. Messy Jessie. Making a mess here with my fingers. All right, let's try and get that a little bit cleaned up, or not. It's not. It's okay. I usually would say, oh, it's vintage style, but the journal that I made, which by the way is spoken for. I have someone who has right of first refusal. I'll do some smaller ones. Actually, these two down here are some of my favorites. They're just kind of sweet and small and cute. It's spoken for that someone has right of first refusal for this journal. But if she decides against it, which I think she's enthusiastic about it. We'll see. But then I'll put it on open for everyone if she decides she does not want it. I'm going to stick this down here. That ink pad is so juicy. I have a stamp off paper right there. So I'm stamping off as I go. Okay, let's not get too carried away because I get totally carried away with that whole stamp set. It's so lovely. Let's do some mushrooms. Let's do some of these. Yeah, so it's been a busy week. What has happened this week? Oh, my son came home. My son came home for a couple of days because he had to pull his sailboat out of the water because he's finishing up with his summer job this week up in New Hampshire. And, oh, I like that. And he's gonna come home we're gonna go up and get him on Saturday, but he had to pull his boat out of the water. He and his friend own a sailboat together, and they also are they go to the same college, and they were high school friends. He's really lucky in that he has a lot of his high school buddies, some of his closest high school buddies, they're all at the same college. They're at UNH. So he's on the sailing team, so their pre-season sailing season is going to be starting, and so they came home and brought the boat home, and it's now in the driveway safe and sound. And on that same day, he was scheduled to pull the boat. I think it was 2 or 3. That same day in the morning, we had a colossal thunderstorm roll through. Now, we're in southeastern Massachusetts. We have always been susceptible to hurricanes and the occasional summer thunderstorm, but we have never had a tornado before. And we had a tornado. We had a tornado touch down in the town next door to us, which is absolutely cuckoo crazy insane. It's not supposed to happen here. And we have a storm watch for tonight as well. And one of the local unofficial forecasters who actually does a really good job, I follow him on Facebook, he's saying that there's a tornado watch with this storm, which again, never having done any to 2 in the same week, that's crazy. Yeah, so we are experiencing, and do you see what's happening in Hawaii? Oof, it's horrendous. Oh, I totally want to do this one here. This is a nice big ginkgo, I think. Yeah, so our climate crisis is reaching us. Right, so what else happened here this week though? So last weekend, my husband's very involved in our local Lands Trust, and they had this great fundraising activity where this is 2 different heights, which is bothering me a little bit, where they was called a poker paddle, and we had a bunch of stations set up in the harbor, and at each station was a volunteer with a deck of cards, and the paddlers paid a fee to come and participate, and they paddled from station to station, and in each station they got a playing card. And then at the end of the day, they went and they met, and whoever had the best poker hand won. It was like a 50-50, won the prize, which was kind of fun. But so my daughter and I had a lovely, lovely time manning one of the stations, or womaning one of the stations, I should say. And oh, this is a nice one. I like this. Oh, you know what? I have those in a bigger size. No, I'll stick to the smaller one. And we brought our puppy with us, and my daughter taught the puppy how to swim. The puppy is a husky, and she was very dubious about the water. She was like, I don't know what you're talking about going in the water, and what, swimming? What are you talking about? So my daughter coaxed her in, and you could see the light bulb go off in her little brain. And she was like, oh, okay, this is fun. So she swam and swam and swam, and as any of you who have dogs know, a tired puppy is, oh shoot, a good puppy, and she was out like a light when we got home. So that went really well. However, the mishap occurred when we were packing up to leave. My daughter had one kayak with the dog, and I had a separate kayak. And I went to pull the pole that had the flag on it that showed that we were stationed out, and my flip-flop fell off, and I set my foot down on an oyster bed, and I cut the heck out of my poor little foot. So that was one of the challenges this week, was hobbling around with deep, deep gashes in my foot. So that was exciting. It's all better now. No worries. But for a few days, I was feeling a little woeful. Okay, I can't read. That goes there. Okay, I have these. Oops, they're all falling off. I have these, which are wooden stamps, and these are very pretty. And I like these a lot. These are very nice ferns. Here's another little ginkgo. And when you do this, you can do this with any kind of stamps, and you don't have to be monochromatic. But since this journal is very much a green themed journal, I'm just going to stick with this ink. But I've done it before with other colors. You could also do it in black, and then after the fact, fill it in with watercolors or markers. The center bit isn't getting ink on it. Okay, there, I think I got it. And I think I'm going to put this one over here next to these mushrooms. Oh, okay, well that's all right. It's gonna have a Denison file label around it anyway. And I wanted to do this little fern. This one here, because there's one that's very similar to it on the cover. No, not that one. This one. This one. Okay. These have a curl to them, which is probably why I need to use it's good to use the foam. See, they're coming off the wooden block. They're not, these are from China. They're not from a fancy place like Etsy or something. I think I'll do this one, nestle this one in right here. Well, that came out okay. Snap that off. I think I'm gonna pull this one back in to do one of those over here. I'm really liking how that looks. Where did that come from? That came from this. Oh, and I can fill in with some of these little ferns too, but I want to do another one of those big windy ones. I think I'm gonna do it like that. Stay. So then I need to get this all wrapped up today and post it, and hopefully she'll decide whether or not she wants it. Sorry, no pressure. But I am leaving on Monday, so I have to either mail this out tomorrow or Saturday if it's going to get sent out before the end of August, because I'm leaving. Oh, shoot. Leaving for 10 days or so to go visit my family in Alaska. So I'll be gone, and obviously won't be able to go to the post office between now and while I'm away. So I'm trying to get this wrapped up. Okay, should we have a little skeleton leaf here? I'm thinking one of these nice ones. Does that one fit? Ah, yes, it does. It fits just like that. Come on, you. Yeah, so I'm getting excited about that. It's a relatively easy trip for us because my mom and my dad and my brother and his partner all live out there. So we stay with my mom and dad, and my brother's partner said that we could borrow her car. So I don't have to worry about getting around, which I'm very grateful for. And yeah, so we'll be hanging out with them once we're there. So we don't have to worry about lodging or transportation. I think I'm going to do another skeleton over there, but a different one. I think I'll do this skeleton. I think that one's trying to volunteer. I'm going to do this one like that. And I think it's, so in the past when the kids were little, we'd go every other summer and we'd spend a full 2 weeks and we would do all kinds of adventures while we were there, and we'd come back and visit and then do another adventure and go back and visit. Or sometimes we did a really long visit and then a really long adventure. But the pandemic messed up our schedule, and you know, the kids are all grown up now. My oldest is 21 going on 22, and then my son is 19 going on 20, so they have lives and jobs and things, so it's hard to schedule those things anymore. So this time it's just me and my son, who's gonna come with me, you know, in between finishing up his summer work and his going back for sailing team. And while we're there, my brother and his partner, she's my sister-in-law. They're just not all but paper. And I think we're all gonna do a drive down to Seward, which isn't far from Anchorage, which is where they all live. And we'll do a whale watch. And at the Alaska Sea Life Center is down in Seward, and they're a rescue organization, so they have animals on display, but all the animals they have are there for rescue and rehabilitation. So this is my next spot. Oh, I haven't done any butterflies. Maybe I'll try and squeeze some butterflies in between, but I need something largish here. I've got I could squeeze that sunflower in right there. Okay, we'll do that. And right now at the Alaska Sea Life Center, they have a baby walrus that they just rescued. Somebody found this baby walrus all alone in an area of the tundra where she shouldn't be, and she was really skinny and dehydrated. And so they have volunteers around the clock whose sole job it is to sit and snuggle with the baby walrus. Oh my goodness. I would love to do that. All you have to do is sit there and let the baby walrus sleep in your lap. Maybe give it a bottle now and then. So sweet. Okay. So what else do we have? Let's mix it up here. Let's find something different. I don't really want to do the pansies. Just this one over there. Could do a partial. What else do I have? Where's my Tim Holtz wildflower ones? I know I have them here someplace. One second. I saw them earlier and I said, oh no, not those, not today. And now I'm like, oh, where is it? Here it is. Here we go. This one. This one is Wildflowers CMS 253. And I think I want, let's see, I think I want this one, but I'm not going to ink the whole thing. I'm just going to ink that much of it. Just the top bit. Like that. Cool. And then something over here. Yeah, so I think we're going to go head down that way. So this one maybe? Well, that will fit nicely right there. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do the whole thing. And then we'll start filling in little spots in between to try and make sure the whole thing is covered. Like so. Now I can fill in with like little leaves and maybe some little mushrooms. Do I have any? I wish I had more mushrooms. I know I said that already. I'm just feeling like I really need more mushrooms. Let's see if we can dip into some littler. These are all pretty big. That one could fit there. So this is the only narrow one that seems to be. Oh wait, here's one. This one will work. Need a small block. I think I can fit that one in right like that. Yeah, so those are the main things that have been happening around here. Yesterday was Wednesday, so I went horseback riding yesterday, had my lesson, which went well. And my husband and I have been trying to swim a lot. So we're supposed to swim today in a bit. We'll try and get this done and then we'll go for a swim. And then maybe when I get back from my swim, I will do the flip through. Won't that be exciting? I think I have some random little leaves that I could squeeze in. Yep, this one. Oh, this is cute. This is like got little buds on it. Do I have a little tiny one? I guess this is my smallest one. Squeeze this in right there. And let's switch it out, see what else we can squeeze in here. What do we have on here? Oops, something just fell. This one always falls off. This one has some good small ones. This one has some small fern-like bits. Maybe this one. We need some stuff over here on this edge. And let's see, over here. And then we also have some other leafy ones. Here's a very small leaf. Just a teeny tiny little leaf for little tiny spaces so that we have, see if I can camouflage that smudge. Like that, like that. Okay, that's enough of that. Getting there, getting there. Kind of neglected this edge. Here's a leafy one. That. Okie dokie. All right, I'm gonna call it, let's call it good for now. Put these to the side. Let me just get these. Did not use the butterflies, that's okay. Ugh, I'm never gonna remember how this was supposed to go back together, am I? Ha! How's that? Okay, that goes in there. Alrighty, so now I want to use my Denison labels. I'm going to use I kind of want to use a different color because I think there's plenty of green on green, but I don't want to use red. I think I'm just going to use, how about some sepia? I think sepia would look good. Okay, so this is my sepia. So now I'm gonna do, this is my big one. I think I just re-inked this recently. Okay, so now I'm gonna see what I can capture in my Denison labels. Ooh. Well, that's fun. All right, I'm gonna do the other corner here, but I'm not gonna try and get, come on, right up to the edge here, like so. That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna try and capture this mushroom. See if I can capture the whole mushroom. Ta-da! Okay, let's switch to a different shape. This is also a rectangle, but it's a smaller shape. And I'm gonna go underneath. I'm gonna try and get that there. And then the square. I'm just gonna go right there with that square. I want to capture that mushroom. I'm gonna go back to my big one and see if I can go right like that. Ugh, I didn't do it straight. That's okay, that's still cute. See, that's still a cute one. All right, let's get the, let's get this size, and I want to try, see what I can get with this size here. Maybe just go across with this one. That can have a word or something or a number in it. I like that. And this will be a word or a number in it. Okay, I'm gonna do, keep wanting to do the big ones, but you gotta remember this is gonna be used. The idea is that it be used and that you might have some various and sundry size requirements. I think this is like the standard Denison size. Nice. Yep. Like that. Will my big one fit right here without, no. Second one should though. Try and get these mushrooms. That happens sometimes. You're gonna have to cut really close there. All right, so now I have some little ones in here that can fill in these other spaces. Where's my square? I think my square-ish one will go well, right, to get these mushrooms here. And a larger one to go right in here. I'll try and get a variety of things. No, it's gonna be too big. I'll do this over here. Okay, I need a smaller one. Let's see, that's a size difference there. That might fit. Yeah, that one will fit right in that space. Right there. I need something to fit in here and right here. That might be the best spot for that. I want to cut a big one right there. I like that. I'm going to do the same thing right there. And then I think a square will go in the middle. I like that one. A little close. That's okay. You can make it work. And then let's see, smallest square. We're getting to the smaller ones. Will that fit right there? That won't. It'll fit right here. And then I've got a little itty bitty one. And there. And here. Where else? Could fit one right here and here. No, that's not gonna work. I think that's it. Maybe the text. I think I can fit one right here, right there. Last one. Okay, so that's all of my Signet stamps. I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bang you there. Okay, so now I have some like little numbers and words and things. But I think I'm gonna get out my black ink. For that, I think I'll just use my StazOn. And where are my little numbers and words? These are my little numbers and words. Oh, this is a good one. This has those little number 1, number 2s. But then I also have the ever trusty. Where is it? Oh my goodness, where is my? Oh, here. Phew. Field Notes CMS 396, and it has the little figures. Figures 1 and 2. That's always a good one, a go-to, reliable. Let's see, I'll do it on here. Go. Okay, so figures 1 and 2 can go right there. And who else should get a figures 1 and 2? Figures 1 and 2 can go there. And here. Oh no. Oh, well, that works still. Slid off the page, off the phone, but it still worked. All right, we're gonna leave figures 1 and 2 because I could go to town with that. Get totally carried away. And then where's my other favorite one? It has the little grid on it. Here it is. This is a really good, has a number and then a little grid. And that's also good. Oh, off the page. Let's see. This could go right there. And right here. And right here. Voila. Okay, let's do something else. Should we do a bigger number? How about this big number here? 05 337 with a no. No. What hasn't gotten one? This hasn't gotten one. And this hasn't gotten one. I don't want that one there. Here. One more. Getting there. We're getting there. How about this one here? Up in the upper right hand corner. Okie dokie. And let's see, I got some other things in here that are good for numbers. And I got this one. Oh, type slide. Gotta like type slide. That's a good go-to. Yes, this is a fake one. Oh, okay, phew. Dipping it in my ink. Oops, do it right way up. Type slide. Type slide. This is not feeling particularly juicy. Oh, I don't want that one there. Down here on this bottom one in the corner. Type slide. Okay, done with type slide. What else? What else do we need? Need some little ones. Little. These are little numbers. How about number 12.5? 9 3/4 would be better, but 12.5 will do. And a half. 12.5. 12.5 on this one. Oh, that didn't come out. You're failing me, stays on. I wonder if I need a new stays on. Maybe it's user error. Could well be. All right, I inked it, so one more. 12.5. Okay, and then something really small for these little teeny tiny ones. I have a number 16. Will this fit in? Well, it'll just fit. You know what else I have? All right, putting the number 16 back. Where did it come from? Uh-oh. Ah, I see. Came from here. I also have these clickable things that are very small numbers and symbols. So I could do There's a little single star in here. Oh, I guess it's a flower. Can put that right there in the center. That's cute. And on these other little ones, could do a heart. And well, here's a star. Single star. Single star. Okay, I'm going to do the number 13 right here. And I'm going to do the number 42 right here, because that is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. There we go. Every single stamp slide label has something on it now. Oh, this one doesn't. Let's do, well, this is just happens to be together, and it's the number 56. So this one gets a 56. All right, I think I've got every last one now. All right, so now you can stick this into, I'm going to just stick this in here as a whole thing. I think I might cut it out kind of zigzaggy, almost in half, so that it fits in the envelope. You can cut these out individually and keep them stacked as labels, or you can just, you know, put this in a folder someplace and have them ready. But because they are stickers, you just have to peel off the back and stick it onto your work. So thanks so much for joining me. Stick around. I'm gonna film or come back, I should say. Subscribe, even better. Click like, hit that subscribe button. And I will be back later today to do a flip through of the completed Botanical Pressboard Classification File Folder Journal. Mouthful. Thanks so much. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.